G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tuckerwell, Marks Point, for this Friday's fishing report. Not a bad day out here at the moment. Lightish winds, a little bit of southeast. The lake looks beautiful behind me. You can see a couple of guys over here at the moment just drifting down the channel. And this is what's been happening this week. There's quite a few flathead being caught in the system. Some of the guys have been able to get out there and catch a dozen or more flathead in a session. A lot of fish getting released, which is really important this time of year. These fish are massing up and starting to really move out on numbers. They've been heading out now since about mid-February, but this week and probably over the last 7 days, we've seen a real acceleration in this, and big numbers of fish in big clusters. A lot of fish up to 80 centimetres being caught. You can troll for them with lures, obviously, and soft plastics. Very, very effective through the flats area here. On the weekend, there was some big tailor caught trolling. Some of these fish up to 65 centimetres and a cracker this week. A lot of fish around that kilo to a kilo and a half. Some of the schools are varying in size, but a lot of fish in the system at the moment, even though, as we can see behind me here, bit of colour to the water on the run out tide. It's not affecting the fishing at all. There's been some beautiful mulloway caught on some of the bait schools out there, and a lot of squid still, Murray's, and of course the drop over this week. I know Grant Slender from Marks Point had a bit of a crack with his dad up here at the drop over and got some beautiful squid early in the week. Now, this tide is around about a low tide today at around about sort of 10:30, so tomorrow's getting close to 11 o'clock on that run out tide, and about a 5 o'clock high tide tomorrow afternoon. Beautiful tides this weekend with that late afternoon tide. There's been some big kingies in the channel. One of the locals just come over and had a bit of a chat with us. That's why we're probably here at Pelican at the moment. I'm expecting a few of these fish to erupt up towards the marine rescue. There was one of them that had a big crack just south of the boat ramp as we just pulled up. So some beautiful fish in the system, kingfish wise. There's been some beautiful fish caught down the bridge. Fish in excess of a metre getting caught at the bridge. Plastics or poppers working very, very well. Or if you can get a few of these live squid and drift them back at the bridge on the run-in tide. If you're going to get on the beaches, look, had some great reports. There's been some bag limit catches of bream getting caught off Blacksmith's Belmont Beach. Some school mulloway up there as well, and still quite a few whiting along the beaches. If you're going to get offshore, look, there's a lot of fish around at the moment. It's just depending on what the tide's doing and how the current's running. Tailor, trag, mulloway, reds, all getting caught on our inshore reefs at the present moment. Pelagic wise, bonito, Watson, Leap and Bonito, as we made mention last week, there's been plenty of those guys around, and of course tailor and kingies offshore. There's an absolute abundance of fish on the coast, and I had a couple of reports today, some beautiful dolphin fish getting caught out and around about 62 to 65 fathoms. That's where the water's changing colour. You've got all this dirty water pressed up against basically, not a tree line, but there's pallets out there and branches and smaller trees and shrubs and everything else like that. On the eastern side of it, the water's very, very blue. Plenty of dolphin fish out there, and of course, still a few marlin getting caught on the shelf. Look, I think you've just got to get out there this week and have a bit of a crack. There's been some tropical species coming down into the system as well. This week's Zerek Fish of the Week winner, Steve Finch, he's proof of that. He got out on the Lucy's breakwater early this week and caught a 52 centimetre Spangled Emperor. That's a great catch, Steve. These Spangled Emperor do come down this time of the year and are caught right along our coastline. In particular, the back of the island down towards Mawson Breakwater fishes very, very well. Of an evening is the pick, but Steve was just up there through the middle of the morning. So it just proves that the shore-based angler has a great opportunity to get a mixed bag. Look, let's make the most of it. Today looks beautiful and it's quite warm down here on the channel. I'll speak to you next Friday, and let's hope we can get out this weekend and catch a couple of marlin. See you then.